Hello, and we're going to be doing Feast or Fired podcast, and welcome. This is a podcast for me and my wife. I'm Brian, and this is Melanie.
Hello.
Are going to be doing reviews of old TNA shows from 20 years ago, actually. So we're starting from the very beginning.
Mind
So
you,
that's what we're doing today. What did you have to say?
I was gonna say, mind you, I'm not into wrestling that much, so none of the names are right, or at least most of them.
That's okay. As we're doing this, I'm going to run down the show. We'll go segment by segment. And we will discuss our thoughts and feelings on it. And in the end, we're going to give it a Feast or Fired rating and go from there. What?
That part was never discussed to me at all.
I've mentioned that multiple times.
I apparently was not listening.
I've said it last night. Anyway.
Was not listening.
All right. So, TNA, June 19th, 2002. We find out our commentary team is going to be Don West, Ed Ferreira, and Mike Tenay. I know Don West and Mike Tenay stick around for a while. I don't really know Ed Ferreira myself. So anyways, they begin with a ceremony where they introduce a bunch of legends. Most of them are former NWA World Heavyweight Champions, like Dory Funk Jr., who looked really good shape despite his age. But Harley Race, someone else, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. But the one that was most important in this particular segment was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who's the one that will be presenting tonight's winner of the Gauntlet of the Gold match with the World Heavyweight Championship. And he also will be the referee when it comes down to two people.
For Ricky Flair.
Ric Flair has been an NWA champion.
Okay.
Yes.
All I know is that TNA is a lie. It is not Total Nonstop Action. It took 20.
All right. During this segment, after they announced Gauntlet for the Gold, we got basically some character establishment for Jeff Jarrett, Ken Shamrock, and Scott Hall. Jarrett coming out, setting himself basically, obviously, as a top heel, and running down the legends and how shitty the situation is. Shamrock throwing down the challenge that, hey, you're gonna have to beat me to get this, and then Hall doing basically the similar thing.
Well, what he did say was, it sucks, yes, but suck it up, and you all have to just pay attention to me.
Yeah, Scott Hall kind of I don't know. Scott Hall was almost more of a babyface than Ken Shamrock in this particular situation, but it's not a huge problem. Next thing that happens, we got a segment in the back with I didn't catch her name at first because they didn't cut out the try not to do that too much. They didn't cut out the sound from the stadium early enough to catch her name, but I guess later we learned her name was Goldilocks, the backstage interview girl, and she was interviewing some little people. So, anyways, our first of 4.5 matches here. It will be what's up next. So, our first match was a 6-man tag team match with the Flying Elvises versus AJ Styles, Low-Ki, and Jerry Lynn.
Again, I don't like wrestling, so
I know, but if you have any commentaries, sweetheart, feel free to fill in.
I'm gonna say that the three Elvises did not look like Elvis at all. One that kind of looked like John Travolta. I'm not.
I mean, I mean, part of the joke, and because they're a comedy group, is that they're 3 Elvis impersonators, and none of them are white.
Okay, but one kind of looked like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, and John Travolta's white too.
Which one?
I don't know. Maybe the Samoan?
Sonny Siaki?
Sure. I didn't catch any of their names. I was mentioned very.
Okay, well, the Flying Elvises were Sonny Siaki, Jorge Estrada, and Jimmy Yang.
Yeah, I might remember Jamie Yang because he's very agile in the match. I remember.
All right. Match starts. The Elvises do a attack from behind. Most of it was just kind of a decent display of what we have to come in the X Division, as I think they're all X Division competitors. X Division's kind of just like pushing. It's supposed to be like the idea of pushing the boundaries, but with no weight limits.
Ah, okay.
So it's kind of like cruiserweights, but with no weight limits. That's the best way I can put it.
I don't know what a cruiser or weight either.
In wrestling, cruiserweights were it's basically supposed to be wrestlers like under 225 pounds, or in more recent years to 105. Some notes from the match though. Certain thing. There's a point where AJ Styles delivers a chop to Wang, and he sells it like a child play wrestling. No, no, but like he hits this chop, and then he just turns and falls, and he's going,
trying to dodge it. I don't know.
No, he already got hit. There was a point where I think it was Siaki did a reverse neck breaker off the top turnbuckle onto Low Ki, and Low Ki fell off way too fast, and that just looked like it sucked. The finish of the match came when Low Ki and Styles were double teaming someone. I don't remember which one they had in the corner. The Elvis ducked out of the way. Low Ki hit him. Then we got a finisher and a pin, and
it was
with that. Well, sorry. With that, Elvis won the match.
It was Jimmy Wang that did the.
Was it?
I believe so. I remember I wrote down Asian Elvis.
Might have been. I think the clearest, best worker in the match was AJ Styles, which is not surprising. AJ Styles has been, as you'll see, phenomenal almost like his entire career. Some of the best matches in TNA are from AJ Styles, so there's a lot to look forward in him. I guess it just kind of sucks a little that he lost his first ever match in the company, but what do I say? That's kind of a theme tonight. People that don't stick around win a lot. But I know they don't, though. It's not like we're watching something that's airing now.
I understand that.
All right, our second match of the night will be what's next. You don't have any additional thoughts on the last one?
Well, no, but you did miss about the battle royale of the undies for.
No, I did not. That is after the second match.
Is it? I thought it was. Oh, okay. Well, I was not paying attention at all to the second match.
No, that's why I said let me do segment by segment.
Okay,
anyways,
you do your thing.
Second match or half a match, however you want to put
it. You're so.
I'm just gonna describe it as they do it. They could describe it as a midgets match. From my understanding, in wrestling, they still just go by midgets. I don't know why.
I wouldn't be able to.
I know this isn't a mainstay of TNA. In fact, this might be the only time they do it. I don't know. But it's T.O. versus Hollywood. T.O. wins this. My only real comment about this is because, little people are very limited in what they can do just because of their physical structure. But if you're going to have two of them out there, don't have them both be blondes and wearing black with headbands, because it makes it really hard to tell the difference between them.
I have a hard time telling the difference between whenever they're like normal size.
Well, I mean, yeah,
and I couldn't. I just like ignored
that happens
it.
too in TNA, where we have issues where people are just dressed too similarly or just too generically. Yeah, the one named T.O. wins. Good for him. Okay, moving on to the next segment. This is where we are introduced to the women for the second show, who will be doing a lingerie battle royal. Out of all the women out there, only two of them I am certain I recognize. There was Francine, who looked like she really hated herself in this segment.
She can't walk in high heels, at least not in that one.
All right, and then Mickie James, who is still going by the name of Alexis Lurie, which I think is her real name.
Is that the rock-looking chick?
She was the one that you commented was really pretty.
I commented on like two people that were really pretty. The pink haired lady, pretty, and the
I don't remember one with pink. Oh, I think
it
that's a wig though.
well, she's still pretty.
Sh- I don't know. She looks like the most generic looking woman. Um,
Okay, is the one that you're talking about the one that where Francine launches herself in
I
her?
don't recall because I didn't pay that much attention to this.
Yeah, I love
I
that. That
don't
was
really care about that. I'm here for wrestling.
it was funny.
Only thing the thing I took away from this segment was there was a wrestling observer sign in the audience. The rest I didn't really care about.
But yeah, Francine launches herself into the rock looking chick and then like walks off the ring with her. I'm not.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of bitching. We get a lot of bitching from women in this company.
Well, yeah, I mean, assets.
TNA is just known for years for just basically being women just being harpies towards each other. Like there's no substance. There's like no substance actually to like the bickering. It's just like as basic like cat fighty as you can get. So it's just really repetitive and dull. Next we get Goldilocks interview the manager for the Johnsons, which is just a big old penis joke. The Johnsons later became the Gemini in WWE. They go by Richard and Rod Johnson, and they are also in our next match, which is a regular tag team contest with the Johnsons versus James Storm and Psychosis. All right. I didn't realize how into the gimmick James Storm was of being called the Cowboy because he even had fake guns and everything.
Oh, this is cowboy singer and I'm sorry, country singer and salsa dancer. This is their match.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't know every nickname you've given these
I'm
guys.
sorry. Yeah, because his partner looks like
I think the whole Johnson's joke thing is super lame. Uh, During the match, some woman walks out. She just plays almost no part in the match, as far as I can tell.
Oh, I think that's their manager.
Who's manager?
Country singer and salsa dancer.
I did not get that impression.
Are you talking about the one that when the referee walks off gave
Yeah,
her?
some weird.
I think I think they said that that was their manager
I don't remember.
because oh my god, cricket outfit dude. The
Why did? All right. Okay, look, it doesn't matter. They were trying to tell a story, I guess, but there was very confusing because, like, as Slick Johnson left, he paid her money, and I have no idea why. Though when we kept cutting back to her, there was some dude in the audience who kept like making poses and faces behind her, and that was the best part of almost the entire thing. Um, whatever the hell's his name, something Plumtree is a distraction to help the Johnsons. The Johnsons wins. The night have Slick pays the woman. Nothing really stood out in the entire match. It was actually not very good.
again,
The Johnsons are just a couple of big muscly guys, and like they're not agile and they're not really good at delivering or selling. It's just so I know Storm and Psychosis can be really good, but it all comes down to who you're working with sometimes.
and it's kind of it was distracting at least for the Johnsons. Like you didn't know who was who. Like you don't know if it was
I mean,
penis.
that's the joke.
You don't know if it was penis one or penis two going attacking who.
As
That
I
is
said,
their
that's the
nicknames.
joke. You might need to speak up a little bit.
Wow. Never thought I would ever hear that from you.
I don't want you. There is a noise gate on them.
Okay, that's fine. Never thought I'd ever hear that coming from.
Okay, after that, we get another interview, though it's less of an interview and more of just a segment showcasing like the gimmick of these guys. At the moment, I was like, "Is that Trevor Murdoch?" And I looked it up, and the guy, and yeah, out of the two the Dups, stand up is later Trevor Murdoch. So that's who I recognized him immediately, despite the fact he was a lot thinner and very blonde. We also learned that apparently you're not allowed to drink any beer, which is weird considering that becomes like the entire gimmick of James Storm later. Later he is in a TNA tag team with someone you've not met yet, Robert or Bobby Roode.
Okay.
And they're things called beer money because Rude's rich and Storm drinks.
Okay, which one was Storm? Was that country?
He was the one with the guns. He's the cowboy.
Okay, so country singer.
He's not a country singer. He's a cowboy.
He looked like a country singer, and that's what I went with.
I don't even think he looks like a country singer in that segment, but okay.
I think he did. I used to listen to country, and honey, that's what they look like sometimes.
If you say so, sweetheart.
I don't listen to country now, though. So.
All right, our next segment, we got the NASCAR guys, and this is where K-Crush interrupts them. Later will be Ron the Truth Killings in TNA.
He's really angry about them too.
I know, but this is cheap heat through crowd pandering and attacking the celebrities.
And Sean Austin looks like.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember.
When he's up in their face, Brian Christopher comes out. And I took a note that it seems like every single time we cut to the crowd, they were always cutting to people who with like the most bored expressions on their faces, and I don't know why, because the crowd sound and the people they're picking out do not match. It's weird.
Probably because the people that they're picking out are so annoyed that it's not total nonstop action. It is total nonstop action.
Say so.
It is. Honestly, I throughout because of the cage dancers, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this just ends for ass.
Even that changes later. Yeah, the cage dancing. You can see Jarrett when he started this promotion. There is a lot of elements left over from when he was still working with TNA or WCW. So you can see like this was built from the skeleton of WCW kind of. I also noted that like we cut away to see Jarrett attacking Fargo. Oh, I don't know if Fargo's a mainstay for a little bit as like an authority figure or not.
You mean Johnny Cash lookalike? Or, I'm sorry, Johnny Cash wannabe.
That may have been who you called him.
Yeah, he looked like
he was the
Cash.
Slightly like heavier set dude in the black.
Yep, that's the one that he was choking backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, fourth match of the night. Christian York and Joey Matthews versus the Dups. So, reason for why we introduced the Dups earlier. Not that it was really needed. Though I guess if you have a gimmick to get across like that, it's easier to introduce it earlier than just have them out there and be their gimmick.
Elvis's, but whatever.
Some of my notes from the match, Murdoch was actually really good even at this young of age. During one of those spots when Joey Matthews goes down, he starts trying to crawl to like in a completely empty corner for a tag. I don't know if he got like stunned or what, but it was weird. I also noticed that Christian York was not selling certain hits. I don't know why.
I don't know who that was. So.
Out of the two long-haired guys, he was the one that had his hair like braided. No, I think only Christian York did.
Oh, because I put two dreaded. Our true guys.
The finish has Fluff Dup interfering and getting the Dups the win. Seems like the theme of the night is dumb gimmicks win matches.
Yeah, extremely. I don't. The whole Fluff thing is.
Well, so far every gimmick, every victory besides the midget has been a comedy gimmick. So I don't know why that is. Maybe it's to lower. Maybe it's to lower sour crowd. Sour the crowd a little bit so that they feel better at the end when get the winner of the Gauntlet for the Gold. Maybe.
That's all I know about it. It's what I call it.
Just call it the championship.
I like Rook Flair's
World Championship. Next thing was when I took my piss break because we had Toby Keith singing. I came back with the music still going, and I wrote Jarrett saves me because he stops the song.
think he pushes
I'm not a fan
caution
of
too.
country music. I'm sorry if you are. It's just not for me. So, but I understand. I understand the NASCAR and Toby Keith. They're in Nashville, Tennessee for this show. It's really easy crowd pandering.
Ah,
All right. Before the Gauntlet for the Gold match, which is what came on next, I asked my wife who she wanted to win the match because she had no idea.
mind you, he also did not introduce all 20 of the guys to me, so.
I said based on who she knew because it was likely this one of the people already introduced was going to be someone who won. And she told me she wanted Scott Hall to win.
I call him cough drops
Whatever.
because his last name being.
All right. The first two people in the match are Jeff Jarrett and Buff Bagwell.
Ah.
Buff is still really good and entertaining in the ring. I'm still a big fan of his even all later. But he gets eliminated real quickly by Jeff Jarrett. I never caught the name of number 3, but I knew he had red hair. That's basically it.
Yeah, he like promptly ran in and then promptly
There's
ran out.
there's some outside the ring fighting which confused you, and I had to explain to you that they had to go over the top rope to be eliminated. But he was eliminated before the next guy came out. Next, number 4 was Norman Smiley. Jarrett got a really quick stroke on him, which is his finisher move, and then eliminated him.
All of them were really.
I did note here that at this point in time that it's like we're showing some of the shades of later TNA, where it's always seemed to be like the baby faces were putting the heels in a position of adversity. So like I think it's weird here that Jeff Jarrett being the top heel is the one facing the adversity of having to go through people. Number 5 is Apollo, and this is the first guy that is not eliminated immediately, basically.
That's a while actually.
Oh yeah, he does. I'm saying he's the first guy that really gets some like control over Jarrett, and they fight each other. Then we know. Next, K Crush saves in and saves Jarrett from elimination, or at least that's what it's supposed to look like if Apollo didn't drop Jarrett entirely before K Crush even attacked him. Number 7 was Slash, with James Mitchell accompanying him. Yeah, that's one of those things where you might be way too quiet to be heard.
Sorry.
After that, number 8 was Del Rios. I don't know who this guy is. I don't recognize him from anything. It just Ed Ferreira alluded to the whole fact that his appearance looks like Scott Steiner. I don't know if they were supposed to have Scott Steiner in this match, and maybe he just no-showed and they asked this guy to look like him. I have no idea.
You mean Superman logo?
I think that's what. Yeah. The number 9 entrance was Justice. At this point, this match is becoming a clusterfuck with a lot of people just sitting down while others do move. But after a black hole slam, I realized at that point that Justice was the future Abyss. So cool to see him even this early in TNA. Number 10 was Conan. He gets a bit of a move showcase. So after that, he gets blown up really bad, and I noticed that he is not moving very well. So I don't know what the problem is. Number 11, I was confused because first out came Joel Gertner, and I'm like, there's no way Joel Gertner's wrestling. And then I didn't realize that he was going to be introducing people. So he introduced Bruce from the Rainbow Express, which is an obvious gay gimmick.
Rainbow shorts.
Yeah, Bruce, really well put together, really, really well built man. Looks like a bodybuilder.
Got like thrown around whenever he got put into the like physically in the air.
Number 12 entrant, Rick Steiner. But it almost felt like no time passed between Bruce entering and Rick Steiner entering. Maybe that's just because of the Joel Gertner introduction. But I also wasn't counting the 90 seconds between each. So, I don't know.
Oh, red.
I noticed Rick walks weird. I don't know if that's something that's always been a thing with him, but he kind of like wobbles. Maybe his knees are already bad or something. But he eliminates Slash and then eliminates Justice in quick succession. Number 13 came out. We got Malice.
Unless he has a cool name.
It was just weird too because he was like just in time because he slashed his tag team partner just in time to not be there to save him.
No, he had to wait 90 seconds, honey. Give Malice a little bit of. No.
No, they write it that way. I don't know what to tell you.
Ah.
I think we're looking at pushing Malice because he got a really nice choke slam showcase. This is where I noticed Conan was already blown up because he barely went up for the choke slam, where the other two people he did got way the fuck up there. He really, really also quickly eliminated Bruce, K Crush, Del Rios, Conan, and Steiner. So, and it's something like that that makes you go, hey, they might be giving this guy some sort of a push. Entrant number 14, Scott Hall. And my God, getting him in the ring, you can just see how how good of a worker him and Jarrett can be. Because like their trading punches and their selling is phenomenal, and it looks like it hurts. It looks like they have real good weight behind them. Just amazing. We also get to see him deliver the Razor's Edge to Jarrett. I don't know what else to call that. It's a crucifix powerbomb.
I don't know what either of those are. So it's. I mean, I know what a crucifix. I don't know what a powerbomb is.
It's when he had him like back down, holding him by both his arms, and then dropped him like on his back, falling forward.
That looked painful.
Entrant number 15. The actual entrant didn't come out, and said Toby Keith came out, and I don't know how that works. I have to like. Do I assume Toby Keith jumped one of the competitors so that they wouldn't come out when he did?
I think it was before the 90 seconds.
No, it was actually on time.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, that's what was so weird to me.
Maybe he paid him.
I guess.
I mean,
at the time, I was asking who got ditched for Toby Keith. Are we ever going to get answers to this? We do though, so it's a dumb point. I was to say Keith eliminates Jarrett and then just leaves.
Well, he had a bone to pick because Jarrett.
I understand he had a bone to pick. It's just
sunglasses pushed past him.
It just seemed like a weird thing to have happen. A bunch of people team up with Malice and give him chops in the meantime. Entrant number 16 coming in on time was Chris Harris. Almost immediately after that, I see Gangrel jump out. He's going by Vampire Warrior, even though I thought Gangrel owned the name himself. So that's just weird to me. Though it gets implied through us that he was supposed to be number 15 instead of Toby Keith. So for whatever reason, Vampire Warrior.
Garlic. Sorry. Lame joke.
I mean, he's still doing the vampire gimmick to this day, so.
Oh.
That's a thing. Number 18 is Devon Storm. I have no idea who this is. But I did note that Chris Harris, though I know later on has a lot of troubles, he looks really good here, and I can kind of see why they saw a lot of potential in Chris Harris. Number 19 is Steve Corino, who is a former NWA World Champion. I haven't seen much of him outside of his work as a ring announcer or a commentator for Ring of Honor. So it was nice kind of seeing Steve Corino actually in action. After this, at some point, Malice almost gets eliminated if it wasn't for James Mitchell, who saves him from falling out. Then we get our next entrant, who's actually number 19, Ken Shamrock. So second to last.
And he promptly throws himself at Malice. I remember this. And Malice, instead of throwing him out of the ring, which would have been super quick.
Oh yeah,
throws him.
He did a leap at Malice, and Malice just catches him midair.
Yeah, and he instead of throwing him over the ropes, he throws him onto the ring, and I'm like, why, Malice? Why?
Because he's supposed to eliminate Ken Shamrock. Anyways, but it was cool. We got to see Malice. Actually, he's a pretty strong dude. And then the final entrant is Brian Christopher, who I forgot we had seen earlier. So at this point, that's why I was confused. I had 21. Brian Christopher really quickly eliminated Harris, Storm, Gangrel, and Steve Corino. Then he decided to dance in the center of the ring instead of attacking anyone and gets promptly choke slammed by Malice for that, thank God. Stupid baby face. After that, Ken Shamrock eliminated Brian Christopher. Apollo finally gets eliminated by Malice, and then Malice eliminates Scott Hall. And that leaves us finally with just Malice and Ken Shamrock in the ring. So this is another one of those situations where it looks like they're really setting up Malice to get a push, because you're not going to have your final two people be two people, anyone of unimportance. So at this point, Ricky Steamboat comes out to ref the match. We get a really good show of Malice's power game throughout this match. There's a cool choke slam reversal into an arm breaker. In that particular case, we get a James Mitchell pushing the rope to Malice to help get the rope break. Though I don't know if that's the reason why for the next time we got a submission, because we got an ankle lock where Malice gets to the ropes entirely on his own, and Ricky doesn't ask for a break and just lets Ken pull him back to the center of the ring. I don't know why. The only logical conclusion I can come to is that he saw Mitchell, and for whatever reason, instead of scolding Mitchell, just let that go. But he got back to the ropes again, and Steamboat, again being weird as a referee, got to a 7 count before he made Ken Shamrock break the hold. I don't know why. I did take note that, like, for whatever reason, whenever Malice got like a good shot on Ken Shamrock, like we'd see Ricky Steamboat almost sell the move behind him. It was weird.
He's very passionate about wrestling. There.
I don't know, but it's just funny to mention. For the finisher, we got ability to belly suplex. 1, 2, 3. Ken Shamrock is our first ever NWA TNA World Champion
By cheating.
Ken never technically cheated. Sort of. I guess he should have been disqualified after the 5 count, but that's all down to Ricky's call. After that, we just see that Jeff Jarrett continues his beef with
yeah, he's like
Toby Keith.
Like having to have.
I think they're setting up next card. We're gonna have a Scott Hall versus Jeff Jarrett match. But besides that, that is the end of the show. We get a decent time to celebrate Ken being champion, but as I said, I think maybe the really, really bad outcome with the heel gimmicks all winning earlier may even just try to set up a better feel for Shamrock winning.
Shamrock,
Babyface, yeah.
I don't know what babyface means.
Babyface means good guy, heel means bad guy.
Well, I know what heel means. I thought I didn't know what baby.
The only other thing you need to know about is tweener, which is just someone that kind of plays both at the same time.
Ah, okay.
But anyways, any thoughts about the show? Anything to add in addition?
Again, the name is a lie.
Okay.
Much like the cake.
All right. Well, Feast or Fired? Do you think that show was good or bad? Feast being good, Fired being bad.
Turn in between.
No, not in between. Like
late feast, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. The guy that I wanted to win would after all 20.
Scott Hall.
Well, no, because that was after you. That was before I knew all 20 guys.
All right. Who did you want to see win as it progressed?
Malice, because he had like the most awesome name, and I love it. And he didn't win, and I got so mad.
I think really hard for a new promotion to put the belt on someone that isn't like a bigger name, especially coming from a different company.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I still wanted Malachi.
AEW did that where they gave Chris Jericho the world title first. I don't know if you know Chris Jericho.
In any of this, because
No, just the point is like new company when they get like until after they get established and establish their roster usually relies on someone with some name recognition carry the belt first. So it makes sense why they gave it to Shamrock. Really, the only people that in this match that likely had a chance was Hall, Jarrett, Shamrock, and maybe Brian Christopher. But that's about it.
I know my nickname for all of the other ones, but the last one.
Brian Christopher was Sean Austin.
Sean Austin looked like it from.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I guess for the first show, it wasn't bad because you had to introduce everybody and like everything like that. So, I mean, I guess I would give it a feat, but I'm not going to be so forgiving going forward.
All right.
What about you, hun?
I want to say it was a strong start, but like I don't know. I kind of take issue with all the dumb gimmicks winning so much. So I'm kind of on the side of fired.
Well, that makes sense. But you're actually an avid fan of wrestling.
Yeah.
Where I'm kind of a I don't care about wrestling one way or the
I'm
other.
trying my best not to be informed by like future knowledge, but yeah, I'm starting on the side of fired. So one feast, one fired is this match is this show's rating 1-1. So with that said, this is the end of the first Feast or Fired podcast. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time with their second TNA show ever. Bye.